Всем привет! Сегодня я начну записывать основную сюжетку. Так что я не успел, конечно, ничего сделать. Я телепортнулся и сразу сюжетка активировалась. Так что, пожалуй, начнем проходить основную сюжетку. Так.
Well, if it's facts and logic you're after, you shot yourself in the foot with your choice of research topic, didn't you? The Tatara Suna mystery.
Yeah, well, this is my teacher's area of research. I can't change that. But it's fascinating enough without having to sensationalize. I want to write my essay on something interesting, and I'm interested in getting to the bottom of all this.
Yes, you came to me, so all the more reason to take my advice. The fact is, it's the dramatization that will make people want to read it. There's no getting around.
Okay.
Did one of them just mention Tatara Suna? But is it just Paimon, or is it kinda unusual for someone in Sumeru to want to write a paper about that? Everyone here is just going about their business. Great, let's go find out what this Tatara Suna mystery...
Так, как называется?
All right, I guess I'll go with my textual criticism and your editorial direction for the first draft. I have a feeling that the missing... if only we knew where to find that traveler. From what they say about him, this seems like the kind of thing he'd know about.
Oh, you're the traveler, you say?
Hey, what's with that face? Don't believe us?
No, of course I believe you. Actually, I first heard about your great exploits when I was still... This is my first time coming face to face with you and your mysterious silver-haired companion. I couldn't believe my luck, and out of force of habit, I started, examining the...
So what, for the love of... Sorry, we don't get out much, so our social skills are kinda like... Traveler, I hear you've helped many people a great deal and been to many places.
Actually, we don't know much about that place either. In fact, we only came over here because we heard...
I see. My teacher chose this area of research as a personal challenge. He said it's difficult to get into because even Inazumans don't know much about Tatara.
If you don't mind, I'd love to show you all my outline for the book I'm writing about Tatara...
Hold on, Sawada. Don't you think that's a bit of a deep dive for a first read?
Well, fair point. In that case, please ease yourselves in gently by taking a look at Akaba's latest...
Let me give you some background. This all started with the discovery of some records in Tatara Suna. The writings meant, but in the end, he threw it into a fire to destroy it, and killed his servant Katsuragi. Why? Well, no one knows. Apart from the swordmaker, his servant, and the one who wrote this all down, the records also mention a kabuki mono.
That's right. Akaba's teacher has spent quite some time researching these events on the ground. This kabuki mono lived in Tatara Suna for a while before disappearing without a trace. And shortly afterwards, as Akaba mentioned, things got...
So first this strange person goes missing, then a murder happens?
Yes, my thoughts exactly. So I helped out too. I asked everyone I could think of.
Stop shouting!
This part's important. I just wanted to make it stand out. It just so happens that a friend of mine works at the government records office. He looked into it for me, and I can now confirm that all the aforementioned individuals did, even back then. Tatara Suna was already at the center of Inazuma's smelting industry. The man in charge was a government official...
Wait, so there are two missing people in this story?
That's right! What's more, Niwa is a name with a lot of history to it. Have you ever heard of the great swordsmith clans of Inazuma?
Oh, the swordsmiths? Yeah, like
Wow, yes. You really know your stuff. That makes things easier. So basically, this Niwa was a distant relative of the Kaidahara clan, the last practitioners. Something then seems to have happened in the Kaidahara clan, leading to their downfall. I don't know the details, but taken in light of everything else going on.
The Kaidahara clan.
Sawada, you left out the biggest detail of all.
Oh, yes, of course. How could I forget? Brace your minds, ladies and gents, for they are about to be blown.
Get to the point, for Pete's sake.
According to information acquired by Akaba's teacher, the Kabukimono was not a human, but a puppet.
Скарамуччи, что ли?
Puppet?
Aha! Judging by the looks on your faces, you...
No! Paimon just meant, how...
I agree, it does. But considering that non-human races in Inazuma are by no means uncommon, spooky events...
Ой, бля. Ну... Я сказать, так.
Oh, and please read my essay draft as well.
Еще бы что-то. Да ёбаный рот. Краткий анализ. Сука. Ладно, пофигу, так смотрю, что Блин, сколько текста, сука. Чё?
Sawada was encouraging me to follow his more creative approach, but I think essays should be grounded in facts. I don't think it. Oh, how about if I plug the holes in Sawada's narrative with political intrigue? Like, I could put a turf war between rival factions at the center of the whole series of events.
Wait, you're allowed to just make stuff up? Pretty sure you've gone from essay to guessay there.
Akaba, look. Your teacher has researched this extensively. I've reached out to everyone I could think of. Whatever information we have now is all that there is. Besides, if there really was a political power struggle going on at anything like the level you seem to be suggesting, what—
Good point. Okay, back to the drawing board, I guess. Give me some.
We have some other stuff to do, so we'll have to say goodbye for now.
All right, thank you. If you find out any more info about all this,
Hey, so that thing they were talking about. Okay, then even if we did know something about it, after all, we kicked his butt and got him locked up. Information about people like that is usually, if you ask Paimon, Akaba should just pick a different topic. There must be as many essay topics as there are treat. Hey, did you see that? He literally just went by over there. It looked like the Balladeer! No, it can't have been. He got locked up. Oh, quick, let's catch up and see.
На паузу надо, как всегда. Так. Доспалился. Доспалился, блин.
Traveler, Paimon, there you are. Nahida! Bad news. We just saw the Balladeer strolling around in public. Did he escape or... Ah! It's him!
Sure enough, you're here.
Hey! What are you doing in the sanctuary of Surastana? I know you must have a lot of questions. It was my idea to set the Balladeer free. We made a deal, and he's gonna do some investigation in Ermin. A deal?
What did you expect? Why do you think Sumeru would keep me around otherwise? Or maybe killing me is all you... But if that's the case, why haven't you...
Don't flatter yourself. It was... Nahida said that...
Ah, so if it were up to you, you'd finish the job? Guess I had you all wrong. There I was thinking you were just getting cold feet.
Well, that escalated quickly. Not a good start. But Paimon's worried about you, Nahida.
It's not every day you see people questioning the God of Wisdom's judgment.
Don't you dare try to drive a wedge between us! As long as the terms are reasonable, I don't think there's a problem in making...
Well, I, for one, have no reason to doubt you. Considering you even struck a deal...
Yes, one in which I gained valuable information. The Balladeer's power was all but completely spent after your battle. He's no longer strong enough to be a strategic plus. He's a former harbinger with knowledge of many of the Fatui's sensitive secrets.
being stuck here in Sumeru could make him a sitting duck.
Wait a second. Farmer? You mean he's not a
I take no pleasure in saying this, but it seems as if the doctor had no intention of welcoming back a loser.
Sometimes it's you using them, other times it's them using you. Most human relationships are this way. Certainly all the stable ones are. So as long as you have some value to offer, nobody will ever abandon you. But after recent events, well, if the Fatui are gonna reevaluate my—
As we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings, and you said you need protection. So
I think these two have made their objection to that idea fairly clear, don't you? And they're your
Yeah, obviously!
then let's put that discussion to the side for now. Today can be a trial run. Where we go from here will depend on how well we manage to—
All right, then I'll do what we agreed.
Good. Go now, and keep in touch.
Nihira, are you
Yes. I have my reasons for this decision. In fact, I'm largely doing— Yes. As I told you once before,
Oh, yeah. Actually, that's the whole reason we came to see you.
Mm-hmm. You may remember me mentioning that the Fatui had not included your twin's details in the Descender category. It's possible that the Fatui have other information that even I don't know about. He was granted the power to connect with Irminsul when he almost became the god of a new era. Even though he no longer has the Gnosis, the amount of information in Irminsul is vast beyond description. So I asked the Balladeer to search in Irminsul for any information about the Descenders. He's more familiar with this kind of information.
Exactly! Or what if...
I understand. But sometimes, how things will go in the future depends on what information he brings back. And Traveler, our minds have connected several times before. There is a corner of your heart reserved for an intense longing. As Sumeru's deity, it is my responsibility to be on guard against the Balladeer. But if this deal with the Balladeer can give you the answers you've been longing to find, then it's my pleasure, really. You're Sumeru's hero.
Paimon's still worried about this idea.
I was going to contact you about that, but then you suddenly showed up on your own accord. In fact, I was going to ask you to supervise the Balladeer, even though he only has a fraction of his full power left. That's still a fraction of a former Harbinger. Of course, I'll be there to help guide you through Irminsul from the outside. Great. Then prepare yourselves.
Wow, it looks pretty different here compared to last time. The colors are gentler. Guess that must be because Sumeru's at peace now.
Здорово.
Look at that. Hot on my heels. You know, you didn't have to cut your catch-up short just to keep me company. Oh,
Shut your beak, jailbird! No way a prisoner gets to be so—
I understand that prisoners have to put up with harassment from the guards. But right now, I'm on temporary release. So
Sounds like a successful rendezvous. I need to be quite clear about something. In a few moments, you'll be entering into the innermost, unlike anywhere else. Irminsul's inner region consists exclusively of torrents of information. I know there are many grievances between you, on both sides, but it is essential that you remain calm after it.
Fine, let's call it truce.
let's cut each other a little slack, shall we? We are gonna be traveling. Per my agreement with Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'll be at the front. It's my job to lead the way and get rid of any obstacle.
You sure are confident. Paimon will give you that. You make it sound like you're even more experienced at adventure.
If there are no further objections, or did you need some time to mentally prepare yourselves?
Ew! Ugh, the snark on this guy. It's unbearable.
We can start now.
Irminsul access granted. Initiating connection.
Is this a small sapling? Oh, darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him. Wow. So this is the inside of... Ooh. Paimon's never seen anything like this.
Irminsul is closely intertwined with the entirety of Teyvat. Every bit of information flowing here means something. Pick your jaws up off the floor. It's time to go.
Why is it that Paimon just wants to do the opposite of everything he's...
Lesser Lord Kusanali, we will now proceed to...
Can you still sense where the heart of Irminsul is?
Yes. Permission to begin searching for information there?
Permission granted.
Let's go. Stay close.
Hey, so... Say we... what are you smirking at?
I was just imagining the look on your travel companion's face if you went and got lost. Anything's possible in here. You can't rule anything out. So...
Да не, пойдет.
These sapling things have spread out.
Those are all packets of information from inside Irminsul. Be careful not to touch them.
Все, что лишь бы жопе кое-что делать. Оно идет к
It looks
тебе.
the same in every direction. No wonder he mentioned about getting lost. Huh. What do you know? He was actually telling the truth. Is he mocking me again? What is it this time?
There's a time and a place to lie, but this definitely isn't it. So why don't you relax your guard a little? We're here.
What a huge tree!
Lesser Lord Kusanali,
Good, you made it.
ready when you are.
Then please begin. Preparing to access cognitive currents.
The Balladier's actually doing what Nahida tells him. Guess he must want to stay alive.
The rest is up to you. If you discover anything at all, make sure to share it with...
Will do.
Huh. For once, we're the ones with nothing to do.
Логично.
Traveler, Paimon, would you like to talk? Yes, I've also invited Paimon to join.
Huh? What the? We can talk to each other inside our heads?
That's part of it. Plus, we're all friends.
Paimon's never tried this before. This is good. So, Paimon's been wanting to ask you something. Don't you think the Balladier's a bit of a walking contradiction? He's always talking...
As I've told you before, there are still some mysteries for him to resolve. Things that are clear as day to me. Perhaps today will be the day that he finds some answers. Well done. Smart and attentive as always. So, you made contact with that part of his mind. Well, it's true. Betrayal.
Huh. Paimon thought nothing could get under that guy's skin. Turns out,
Everyone has a history, Paimon. Even if you're a puppet created by the...
Speaking of puppets, we ran into two people at the Academia today talking about an essay. Turns out their topic was about the Tatarasuna incident.
If you mean the mysterious events, the Kabuki Mono and so on?
Really? Because from what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatarasuna's history is still unexplained.
Oh? How interesting. Those two managed to...
So the Gase got it right?
Well, they guessed right about one thing. Tatarasuna was sabotaged.
Must be a riveting conversation you three are having. Funny how all the good ones happen when I'm not involved.
What makes you think we're talking to each other?
Don't insult me. You're having a private conversation without me. Obviously, I must be the topic of said conversation. Of course you do. You can't have your prisoner knowing too much.
So, have you...
Still looking. Don't get your hopes up, though. You and your twin come from outside this world. It wouldn't surprise me if there was nothing on either of you and...
Wait! How did you know about that? Did Nahida tell you?
It's not like we've never met before. And anyway, you're world famous. It'd be more surprising if I didn't know a few things about you. Right now, we have to keep the peace. I'm not interested in creating more misery for myself. And making cordial conversation is... Huh?
This light. It looks similar to those saplings.
Anonymous data.
Mm.
Hey, don't you forget the agreement. You have to share it with us.
Shh. Just wait.
Mr. Niwa, are you certain this is worth the risk? We are talking about Tatarasuna's furnace, after all.
There's no one else who can enter the furnace. It has to be me.
Is that so?
Whoa!
I have been in Tatarasuna for some time now. You have shown me great hospitality, as has Mikoshi Nagamasa, and under your leadership, Tatarasuna is a warm, welcoming place, like a giant village. As I understand, the Raiden Shogun has, in recent years, eliminated much of the evil that plagued Inazuma. As for the forging industry with crystal marrow as a raw material, has since flourished, giving rise to generate skills, blood, dreams. Every smith brought into this trade looks to find their purpose.
Yes, well, were it not for you coming to Inazuma and happening to make Akame's acquaintance, the two of you never would have joined forces. You allowed Akame to take all the credit for a method that you jointly developed. He sold it to me, and now, even now, you remain one of Tatarasuna's key consultants, working right here alongside us.
You flatter me. From the outset, I saw much that was commendable in the forging industry.
So you say, Escher.
My good sir.
I tried to resist thinking it was all connected, because I didn't want to speculate. What have we gained from adopting your new technology? Ominous black smoke, mounting production, and recently, as you well know, someone died because of that strange filth, and none of the people who went out to get help have come back. Now, our mutual friend, the Kabuki Mono, but that doesn't faze you, does it, Escher? Nothing does.
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to be so sincere.
Mikoshi Nagamasa may have noticed that there was one common denominator among all these events.
After all, Nagamasa is the adopted son of Mikoshi Torichio, the yokai struck down by the Shogun's own hand. If he truly seeks to
You're well informed on the subtleties of his situation for a mechanic all the way from Fontaine.
Why, Mr. Niwa, are you suggesting I find a job as a diplomat? Sadly,
Enough, Escher. I'm here because an evil force is raging inside the furnace. And someone needs to take your new device inside the high-risk zone so we can absorb it and put an end to the problem. I'm in charge here. And I'm about to take some responsibility and head inside.
Judging from the look in your eyes, you don't seem to trust.
Drop the act! We're past that now. Whoever you are, it looks like your plan to destroy Tatar. I just want to know what you're still doing here. What's left? Don't you have all your answers by now?
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment. A moment like this, where you finish talking and I stop you from entering.
You...
You're a little smarter than I initially gave you credit for. I thought I'd disguised myself exceptionally well, at least for the first few days. But it's a long journey from Inazuma to Fontaine, but that didn't stop them. Eventually, they managed to and yet, despite all of that, you still fail to realize my true identity.
If you kill me, there's no one who can get inside the furnace.
Oh, but you're quite wrong. There is one other person. Some may not see him as a person, but you told him yourself. You're not a
Whoever you're working for won't get away with this. They'll be found out. But...
It's no trouble at all. Patience is a virtue which I have in abundance. If you must know, I'm happy to divulge my true identity. I'm a Fatui harbinger. Call me the Doctor.
The Fatui? Who?
Just to create a minor inconvenience for your nation.
That's it? That's why you gave us...
Look how even the righteous soul is filled with venom. My device functions precisely as you say. It is the only chance you have of preventing it. It is easier for a person to be possessed by evil spirits when they are filled with hate. So give in to your Make no mistake, even without you, that pure, innocent puppet would only end up being used...
If you give him my heart, he has nothing to prove to anyone. Because not everyone...
What a beautiful way to see the world. It almost makes me feel a little... Think of me as a monster or a demon, if you wish. At least this way your death is not a consequence of your own... I say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will your puppet friend become a human? Mr. Niwa? Already dead. What a pity. Jester, I have completed the task you gave me. Creating a gap and infiltrating Inazuma's inner workings. I'd like to introduce a puppet to you. If he proves useful, let's make him our newest comrade.
Hey,
Dottore. Good. Good.
Was that the Doctor? Did he turn into a mechanic from Fontaine?
То есть, когда Дотора говорил с Нахидой, это типа, как я так понял, прошлое из будущего, ну, как он там говорил. Интересный человек, можно сказать, что пиздец.
But why did we see things from his perspective?
When I touched the Doctor to confirm whether he'd eliminated all his segments, I read this memory in his mind. You have to admit, it must be the truth.
Maybe so. But it means...
Does it? But this memory shows that Niwa didn't betray you. He never meant for you. You know very well what that means. Even more so than I.
Let's give him some space. He looks really mad. Paimon doesn't want to be any...
We need to give him some time to process his emotions.
Paimon's still confused about the Tatarasuna incident. So, the doctor was behind it.
Nobody has ever deceived you like that, Paimon. It's natural that you find it difficult to understand, so now you have the complete picture. Katsuragi took the Kabukimono to live with the people of Tatarasuna. Later, it was all a horrific experiment planned by the doctor. Everything he did was just to plant seeds of disaster of all the unwitting participants in the doctor's experiment. After the events you just saw in that memory, the doctor put Niwa's heart into the device and handed it to the balladeer. The load was far beyond what he expected, but the balladeer survived. He left the furnace and the mechanic answered. Niwa fled this place for fear of punishment, but he left you a gift. The mechanic removed the withered heart from the device as he spoke. The balladeer was stunned that such unthinkable cruelty had brought him the thing he'd been longing for his entire life. A heart acquired through cold blood. He thought Niwa had completely betrayed him, and yet this very betrayal had ensured his survival. Overwhelmed with anger and...
Holy moly. So the doctor killed an innocent man and pinned everything on the victim?
Yes. Only if he understands this can he...
Dotori, you brazen-faced... Niwa didn't run from justice. You killed him.
Shall we see how he's doing? Hey, you alright? That's a scary expression.
Are you worried about me? If we didn't have such a history, I'd almost think that qualifies me to be your friend. It won't. I'll keep my...
Hey, are you investigating the stuff we want to know about?
That's why we're here. But unfortunately, there's no information about the Descenders in Irminsul.
Even if you can't find anything, that seems to confirm it. Irminsul does not keep records on the Descenders. Anyone who comes from beyond...
Oh, does that mean we have to leave empty-handed?
Don't thank me just yet. You look really upset. Well, since
Huh? About what?
the reason why there are records about your sister in Irminsul. It might have something to do with Conria. Apparently, Conria was her first destination when she arrived in this world. Plus, she only came to this world because the heavens responded to the summoning.
The heavens responded?
The Jester told me this himself. You can take his word on this. He was a royal mage in Conria, and lived with your sister for a time. I don't know the details. It's up to you whether you want to believe me. All I can say is, did you get all that, Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Yes. Astonishing...
Does this info count towards my mission? It wasn't from Irminsul.
Very valuable.
Good. In that case, I'll take some time for myself now.
Huh? What have you done?
Lesser Lord Kusanali was right. My power's all but completely spent. Even if I use all of the divine power left in me, I can't sustain this shield for very long. I shared a secret with you, and now you owe me. So in return, I'd like you to answer a question for me. Give me your hand.
Это не рука.
Can you hear my voice inside your head? No, I can't do anything like that anymore. At most, all I can do is exchange a few words with you. So tell me, in this world, is it possible to change the past? Done.
Nihida? What?
Nothing. I was just thanking him for helping me. So long. I suggest you get yourselves out of here quickly.
Where are you going? Hey, wait up! Didn't you say not to go running off?
Fast reaction time. But I don't think we'll be seeing each other again. From this day forth, the names Balladeer and Kabukimono will cease to exist. Those who died in Tatarasuna because of me deserve another chance at life.
Hey, Balladeer! Don't do anything
You know, I never did like insects. Hordes of the puny things swarming together can be a real nuisance. And I enjoy nothing but if a colony of harmless ants isn't threatening anyone, I guess they deserve to be left alone. Luckily, everything...
Balladeer! Uh-oh, he disappeared. Come...
Как я, блядь, пойду его? Ладно. 2 часа спустя. 10 лет
Oh
спустя.
no, he's really gone.
Oh, can you hear me?
Nihida!
Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer, what happened just now?
It was the Balladeer's fault. He shut you...
I didn't think he'd be capable of something like that with so little power. Did he keep some of his power hidden when he was defeated? Or did he achieve something beyond his abilities?
Where the heck did he go? Ugh, it's all our fault.
Don't be. It's not your fault. Please, we're running out of time. Follow my lead and get out.
We're out! And we're at, an inn or something?
This is an emergency. I'll have to ask you to stay here for now. Everything's arranged, and nobody will disturb you. I'm sorry, but this isn't something I need.
An emergency? How bad is it? Nihida?
Don't worry. If my assessment is correct, though there may be some minor disturbances,
Her voice has gone. Paimon can't shake the feeling that something really big has happened. What did... He wants to change the past? But surely that's impossible! Right! You can't just rewrite history. All that stuff, it's like... Imagine Paimon drank all the water in this inn. Even if no one was there to see it, Paimon would sure as heck remember drinking it. So, why does Paimon still have a bad feel? Ooh, Paimon's so confused. Huh? Ah! Sorry, Paimon accidentally... but erasing yourself from history? It's unthinkable. Is that really possible in Irminsul? Uh-oh. Paimon's had it with that little brat. There's no way he'll actually succeed, right? Otherwise... There's nothing we can do about it at this point. Hey, have you got any ideas on what we should do next? Seems like now there's nothing left for us to do but to go to sleep. But Paimon's still... So, how about... we list all our... Alright, Paimon will start. First dish. Munstack and Dragon Chili Chicken! Oh! Also, Adeptus Temptation Golden... What was it again? Is that a food too? Huh.
Не помню.
What's wrong? Your eyes are like saucers. Was it something Paimon... So, the balladeer. Is that someone's name? Cause it sounds like a nickname or
То
something.
есть это он это сделал, ёпрст. Ой, бля, молодец.
Okay, sure. Where are we going? Huh? Fine by Paimon, but is everything okay? You're acting like this.
Молодец.
We made it to Amanoma Smithy.
Ah, it's been a while. Of course. Go ahead. Oh. Now there's a question I wasn't expecting. The once renowned Raiden Gokuden, comprised of 5 branches. The art of forging practiced by these 5 clans was first taught to them personally. Most of the great swordsmith clans of old have since fallen into decline. But fortunately, Kaedehara Kazuha recently returned to Inazuma and took... If my memory serves me right, you yourself were present.
Oh, yeah, we were. We learned a bit about the decline of the Raiden Gokuden then, too. It seems like such a shame.
That, in fact, this was not made known to me for most of my life. All these years, I knew of those great clans' demise. He told me that, as we are both heirs to a branch of the Raiden Gokuden, it was right. There is no harm in telling you, but the Raiden Gokuden were the targets of a murderous rampage by a
Vengeful? Why?
400 years ago, so I'm told, there was a catastrophic malfunction in Tatarasuna's... Tatarasuna was home to a state-of-the-art forging and smelting operation in that day. And overseeing it was the armory off, knowing that they had just one chance to save countless lives. Mr. Niwa, the smith's death, though heroic, dealt a devastating blow to his family's fortunes. In his heart, the whole of Inazuma was culpable in his tragedy. He, powerless and destitute, the only legacy he had to pass on to his children was his... Alas, if only the story could have ended there. But finally, he made a drastic decision to take revenge on the... In his fury, he murdered indiscriminately, killing even bladesmiths from... But when he came to the Kaedehara and Kamisato clans, his killing spree came to an... That is why the Kaedehara clan and their Ishin art survived that day.
Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Kazuha? Why, yes. Just yesterday, in fact. We spoke for a while. My pleasure.
Don't tell Paimon. There are other places you want to visit too. On to the next stop. Lead the way.
А можно без черного экрана, пожалуйста?
Traveler! It's been a while. If you're looking for the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I'm afraid...
Are they out on business?
The Commissioner is out on business, and Miss Kamisato is standing in for some meetings in the Commissioner's place. If it's urgent...
What do you think? Shall we go in?
If it were anyone else, I couldn't allow it. But seeing as you're so close with the Commission...
We'll be heading in then.
Hello, dears. Is there something you... Of course, traveler. Yeah, what would you like to know? Oh, they're both very well indeed. Lately, Miss Kamisato has been rather busy. As for the Commissioner himself, well, you know.
So pretty much business.
Very much so.
Well, got any more questions?
You're very welcome. In fact, I would love Miss Kamisato talks about you all the time. She seems so thrilled to have you. I must say, many things in Inazuma seem to have taken a turn for the... I mean it. Whenever the Commissioner dines at home, Toma always joins it. The Commissioner has such a busy schedule that he doesn't always have the chance. They say it's because Toma is a much better chef than most. They get to talking about you sometimes, too. Miss Kamisato occasionally joins them as well. When it's been many years now since the late Mr. and as someone who is old and gray enough to have watched their son and daughter. So, in the future, if you ever do have the time, please know you are always very welcome at the Yashiro Commissionet. Wonderful.
Paimon likes it here too. Also, you were saying something about the food here being really great.
Yes.
Paimon's itching to try it. We may just have to invite ourselves around for dinner sometime.
Of course.
All right, goodbye for now. We're, great. Goodbye, ma'am. Don't worry.
All right, then.
Oh, are you two leaving already?
Yep. Everything's taken care of now. Don't worry.
Very well. Safe travels.
Так, куда? Да.
Well, here we are. But
Do my eyes deceive me, or is that the Traveler and Paimon?
Здорово.
Xavier, what are you doing here?
I was in the general area, and now I'm in this specific...
We have some questions and thought you might be able to help.
Certainly do. I've researched the furnace here, and if there's anything you want to know, just ask away. Like the back of my hand. Make no mistake. Not only that, but I've met people in Inazuma whose families used to live in Tatarasuna years ago. They said, Oh, well, it's a long story, don't you know? The tale... I'm told that its history is one of the most foremost forging and smelting operations in the nation. Goes back around...
A couple? What?
One was just in the last few years, the other was several hundred years ago. A fun fact, I'm not the first Fontaine tech guy to come and... They say he was a mechanic who consulted on a technology upgrade. It seems like the
Hey, weren't you gonna ask Xavier something about Tatarasuna?
Oh, I didn't realize you two were here for a
Me neither. Paimon doesn't know what's gotten into this one today.
What brought this on? Did you just wake up today with a sudden burning desire? Sure, go ahead. A kabuki mono? I do know the word. Inazuman for those eccentric types who always go around dressed to the nines. But sadly, I've never had the pleasure, nor have I come across anything to... Of course! Don't...
Oh, we're leaving?
Oh, you're most welcome. More farewell.
Looks like you got all the information you're looking for. Sure, but what's up with you today? Whatever it is, it's... Keep your smile, Spinal Crocodile. No matter what happens. Hey, don't mention it. All right, let's head off and go meet Nahida.
Hey, it's them!
Akaba, Sawada, you're still here?
Indeed we are. If you have a moment, we'd love for you to join us.
We have time. What do you want to talk to us about?
It's the same topic we discussed last...
Still looking for more info about Tatarasuna, huh? Should we...
Unfortunately, we haven't made any real progress. Huh? Oh, of course.
По-моему, здесь нету этого слова.
I presume you'll want to read mine as well. Here.
И чё? Ёлки.
Well, what do you think?
Hey, Traveler. Remember how last time Akaba was saying how he wished he could gather more information about all this? Well,
What did you find out? Something big?
it's a long story. Basically, we have some...
Wow, so many new details. Thank you.
Well, well. So it all comes down to one man's desire for revenge. Huh. You heard the... Ugh. So there's no ghost story here?
This new information actually lends further credence to my hypothesis. Evidently,
Yes, okay, point taken, you were right. But that doesn't mean I can't carry on with...
And they're back at it. These guys are really into this.
Oh, so sorry. Look at us, prattling on about our projects.
You're welcome. See ya.
Keep us in the loop if you find out anything else.
Will do.
Так, ну давайте закончим на этом, что ли. Так, встану. Так, я думаю, часик пройдет, в принципе, потом еще один часик спишемся. Так что увидимся в следующей серии. Пока-пока.